Dear students who are waiting for their O-level results to be released, you might be thinking about going to junior college. You might be thinking also, what is JC life like? You search online and you will probably end up on Reddit. And if you read through Reddit extensively, then you'll be no stranger to this storyline. It is a story of horror because you just can't help but think, could this happen to me? So the story goes like this. A typical secondary school student goes to JC, realizes it's really tough, and they start to struggle. And the worst part is their mental health takes a toll. They start to think, is it me? Am I not cut out to be a JC student? To which I want to say, if you got into JC through your own merits, may I remind you, then you 100% deserve to be there. You need to believe in yourself. That being said, this situation is very hard to undo if you don't know the real reason that's causing this. So in this video, I want to discuss why this is happening. And to do that, I want to share a quote I came across from a podcast. So this podcast features a prominent mathematics professor, Tadashi Tokieda. He is a very interesting character, to say the least, because he spent the first 21 years of his life first wanting to be a painter, and then he fell in love with languages. He completed his degree on languages, so he's a certified philologist, and it wasn't until he went to the library and couldn't borrow the book he wanted, and then he stumbled upon mathematics. In 2 years, he got his degree in mathematics from Oxford University, and 5 years after that, he got his PhD from Stanford. For somebody who consumes mathematics so well, surely there's a thing or two we can learn from what he says. So the interviewer asks, Prof, your lectures are so captivating and engaging. What is your secret? Has it got to do with your love of languages? So the prof says, I actually have a belief about learning mathematics or learning anything in general. What is about to say next is the main point of the video, and that is, you do not learn mathematics on the first try. It is on the second try, or third, or fourth, and so on and so forth. If you struggle in JC for mathematics, just know that it is normal, especially for those of you who have been cruising through mathematics in primary school and secondary school. This is something that is very unfamiliar to you. Do not doubt your own capabilities. It is normal to struggle. Okay? What you need to do is to revisit the topic again and again and again until you get understanding. This is the new way of learning, right? From junior college to university to real life, when you don't learn from school anymore, you learn from life. This is the way to go. Okay? So, if you have a lot of time on your hands in the holidays, what could you do? You could make it such that when you step into the lecture hall, it wouldn't be the first time you're learning the topic. How do you do that? Number 1 and number 2, you could read up on notes in advance and do some practice questions. Then you'd be asking, wait, in junior college, they don't use textbooks. It's not like I can walk into a popular bookstore and buy one and start reading now. How do I get my hands on the notes when I'm not even in school yet? So to that, I want to say there is a group of people who maintains free resources such as JC notes, tutorials, past year papers, and it is a very comprehensive resource. However, this group of people want to keep it discreet, so I will not explicitly state how you can find it, but if you've been on Reddit, you probably would have stumbled upon it. Okay, if not, maybe reach out to me, I will point you in the right direction. That being said, I also know that points 1 and 2 is easier said than done, because if everybody can read notes and do practice questions on their own, then nobody needs to go to school, right? So it's also my hope that I come up with more videos on this topic where I can pre-expose you to certain topics in JC mathematics. I wouldn't be doing it in the same way as your lecturers will be doing in school, because then it's just repeating the same thing. There's no value in that. I want to show you things in a different perspective. Maybe that will help you learn better when you actually step into the lecture hall. Next, if you do decide to take me up on points 1 and 2, then point number 3 will be to buy a graphing calculator. Because when you start doing practice questions, you realize that there are some questions where you need a graphing calculator. In fact, that will make a very good topic for my next video. If you found this helpful, maybe stick around for the next one. And like I always say, catch you on the flip-flop.